Hello Ride On people. So plan today is to ride up to Tallulah Falls, which is an area of outstanding natural beauty in North Georgia, and have a look at the falls there. I'm going to meet up with Jerry. Jerry's on the flat red GSA, and also Ed, who's going to be on his Indian Roadmaster Megalodon Goliath thing. So just the three of us today for today's adventure. So I'll take a few snaps and a little footage along the way, tell you a little bit about the falls, and we'll see how we get on. Till then, stay tuned. So I met Jerry. He wasn't actually on his GSA, he was on his beautiful R9T. That's the naked roadster with the previous air oil cooled engine, about 110 brake. It's actually about 222 kilo, I think, road ready, but it doesn't feel like it. It's a very thin bike, and it looks very cool, and the top of the range of the R9T spreading family now. My bike's looking pretty dirty now, and it still doesn't have panniers, but they are on order, and it's just decked out with the tail pack, so that was handy on the day. So we had a pretty nice ride up, heading north and northeast from through Lake Lanier and up to the Gainesville area, and then continued north to the Tallulah Point overlook. So we're at Tallulah Gorge, and this is the view, which I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's pretty stunning. It must be a good 40 or 50 mile view. The ski slopes up there in the distance, if you can see them. So above the shop there, they had a great viewing platform of the gorge, and they had quite a few things up there in addition to look at, like some carvings of kind of life, human-sized fish, some carvings of bears, an old cart from a kind of cart horse carrying loads of bottles of various syrups, and a collection of clippings and photos of the Great Wallenda. Now, the Great Wallenda was a high wire act, and I'll read a snippet from a newspaper clipping at that point in time. Carl Wallenda will celebrate his 50th year on the high wire with his spectacular walk across Tallulah Gorge. He says that his crossing will serve as the high point in his career. It is bigger, higher, longer, and more daring than any similar feat known. The closest anyone has come to such an attempt was the one made by the Frenchman Blondin, who walked over the riverbank of Niagara Falls, but it wasn't as long or as high. Early in his career, in 1923, Wallenda crossed the Danube on a cable, but it was only 60 feet above the water, not the more than 700 to 1,000 feet above the Tallulah River. Wallenda's parents had a circus, and there have been more than 7 generations of Wallendas in the business. But the Great Wallenda was the first to perform on the high wire, and he left his parents' circus to form his own troupe and began his walk to fame. A great performer, he went back on the high wire only 3 days after being injured in the tragic accident of January 31st, 1962 in Detroit at a Shrine Circus performance. One man in the breathtaking 7-man pyramid he invented lost his balance, and the group tumbled to the ring more than 3 stories below. Wallenda's son-in-law and nephew were killed, and only Carl's brothers Hermann and Gunther were uninjured. Although the famed German wire walker went into semi-retirement 3 years ago, he returned to his career this year to celebrate his 50th year on the wire. He says that he wants to go Professor Leon one better by walking higher and further, and by standing on his head also. We carried on enjoying the vistas and views of the deep gorge and valleys. I think at one point I mentioned in the video there's ski slope in the distance. I don't think there are any in Georgia. A little bit north of that there are, but we could see, you know, that was absolutely miles away, and I think it was just carrying power cables. But the gorge itself is about 900 feet deep, and it was really beautiful to actually see. They also had a quaint little shop there selling trinkets. Some of it was actually motorcycle related too, and they even had funny messages in their washrooms. It looked beautiful, but poor weather was closing in on us, and we decided we really needed something to eat and to be making tracks. So we rode about 10 miles north to Clayton and stopped off at the Rusty Bike Cafe, which inside had some pretty nice some memorabilia touches, including photos of like a Harley group from the 40s in Cuba, which was pretty cool. And had a nice Philly steak there with a fruit salad. It's a nice place and I'd recommend it. And of course, no group ride is complete without a little bit of banter. Are you ready for this week? Ed, Jerry. Okay, so this week's vlog, the banter this week is I want to play a game. And the game is how smart are you? So I'm going to ask you 5 questions each, general knowledge questions, and we'll see who wins then. So you want me to ask Ed his questions first? Okay, Ed's questions are, if I can find them.
You filming this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure Ed's in the view. Give me some easy ones.
Okay. Ed's questions are, okay, what kind of weapon is a falchion?
A falchion?
A falchion.
Are you pronouncing it right?
Falchion.
It's a
falchion.
It's a throwing weapon, like a spear.
Close. It's a sword. Okay. So, what word goes before vest, beans, and quartet?
What word comes before
vest, beans, or quartet?
Eat.
String beans, string quartet.
Oh!
What's another word for lexicon?
Mexican.
I like your answer. Dictionary. Okay. Who invented the rabies vaccine?
Louis Pasteur's brother.
It was Louis Pasteur.
Oh, Louis Pasteur.
I'm going to give you that.
Thank you.
Name the 7th planet from the sun.
The 7th planet from the sun? That would be Saturn.
Uranus. So
Uranus.
One out of 5 is pretty good because they're quite tough questions.
Really well. That's good.
Quite
Okay,
tough. Okay. I think you might get the first one. This. Name the largest freshwater lake in the world.
Largest freshwater lake, Michigan.
Superior.
Superior. No, it's Superior one, obviously.
Who was the legendary Benedictine monk who invented champagne?
That's so easy.
It is. It's easy. No, we played It's Easy last week.
Champagne-o.
Dom Perignon.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
What is someone who shoes horses called? Somebody puts shoes on horses.
It would be a blacksmith.
A farrier.
Or a blacksmith in American.
Yeah, I guess I would have said blacksmith. So
I wouldn't give him that. Just not
farrier. So I think as you got the answer half right, as did Ed, I'm going to give you a full point.
Okay,
full
that's
point.
fair.
So
I think that's fair.
So you've got 2 more questions to try and seal this thing. So what item of clothing was named after its Scottish inventor? Clothing. Scottish inventor. Macintosh.
What?
A Macintosh. A Mac.
Where can I get one of those?
Anywhere. Where would you... Right, last question, chance to win.
Yeah.
Where would you find the Sea of Tranquility?
Oh, that's so easy. Are you kidding me? Sea of Tranquility. Oh, on the moon.
Ed knows. Yes! Yes, he wins! Oh, good.
On the
Well done. At the last second.
5 questions. See you later.
Last second. We made it home, and of course the weather was still very much peachy. Perhaps the guys were being sneaky and just wanted to get home for the Kentucky Derby. Anyway, I'll let them off with that one. Well, hi there. It's Sunday now. We're back from the ride yesterday, and another beautiful day. In fact, people keep on asking me why I keep saying, you know, Georgia's beautiful in my videos and stuff, but I mean, you know, check out this sky. Isn't that absolutely stunning? I mean, just not a cloud in it. It's the deepest blue, and it's just beautiful. And it's just a nice part of the world, you know. Really enjoy living here, so I'm not going to make any apologies for saying how beautiful Georgia is or what a beautiful day it is here. You know, if it's not where you are, come live in Georgia. It's beautiful. So we had a good time yesterday. We had to cut the day a little bit short. We managed to get up to the first lookout point, and was quite interested in looking at the history and looking at the fall from there, which was quite considerable at 900 feet. We didn't manage to get to the other falls and the views of the falls, which we'll do another day. The weather forecast was for thundery showers late in the afternoon, which didn't really materialise, but we thought we'd better get back on time. And we were going to eat at the first lookout point, but the hygiene was less than satisfactory, shall we say. The chef looked like he was wearing a shirt that had never ever been washed, so we decided to move on to Clayton, had a much better lunch, and that gave us the opportunity to ride around Burton Lake and onto Tallapoosa and back that way. It was a fun ride. This time I haven't got any on-bike footage. I had my GoPro, I could have taken some, but I think I've done quite a bit of that in my recent videos, so just want to show the latest adventure and just show some off-bike footage for a change. Anyway, we had a fun time, and not sure what adventure we'll do next week or whatever, but stay tuned, subscribe, like, and you know, above all else, ride carefully, ride safe, ride on. Well, you've been naughty, boy. You've been naughty. Whose food's that? Whose food's that? Is that yours? I like some meat. Some meat is lovely. Give me some meat. Give me some meat now, daddy. I want some meat. I want the meat. Give me the meat.